Hi guys, I'm making a video. I'm going to try to make it really quick. My computer's on the fritz for some reason. I'm kind of worried about it. And also, it's 4 in the morning and my roommate's not home yet, so I'm sure he's going to be home any minute. And I'm going to feel like a total, idiot, sitting here talking to myself, so. Sorry, I had to pause something that was making noise. So, this video is a response to Nathan's video, talking about his transition, so basically what I want to say is that, first of all, thank you, Nathan, for making this video. It's really, well, just for being out there in general. You're one of my greatest YouTube idols, I guess, for lack of a better term. I just think that you're so honest about everything, and I think that's really important, not only for yourself, but also for other people to see what sort of journey it takes, because it's not like this video. I think is a good start to explaining to people that transition doesn't start with taking hormones. Transition starts far before that, and I think you need to be transitioning for a long while before you start hormones. I think it's really important, and I think that you showed that in this video very well. So the second part of my video is I'm going to talk about where I am in my transition. I first discovered trans people, and realized that I was a trans person myself 5 years ago. Sorry, my computer just messed up. I hope this is in sync. So I discovered 5 years ago, I discovered that I was trans. Or I didn't discover it, but I made the connection. It was a long time before that. I knew that something was up. I just didn't know what it was. I was 15 years old when I first figured it out. I only told 2 people, one of which I'm still in contact with. When I was 16, I met my first trans person at an LGBT meeting in a city near me. I also started dating this girl, and when I told her I was trans, she broke up with me. But that sucked. But it wasn't a real relationship. It was just but whatever. I don't think I really told anybody else after that. While I was in high school, see, it's hard for me to. I have a habit of blocking a lot out. I think I blocked a lot of this out because I don't remember a lot of things happening. I remember maybe aftermath, but I don't remember the event. I got my first binder while I was in high school. I had someone else order it for me. I've always hated my chest. I was a very, very early bloomer. I hit puberty very early, and I needed to cover my chest since I was in first grade. And I was a skinny kid too, so it wasn't like fat. I was in first grade. That was also when I started my monthly, in second grade, somewhere between first and second grade, I think, is when I started that. So I mean, since then I've always hated them, and so when I discovered that there was a way to, I used ace bandages and duct tape for about a year, and then not every day, but when I could, and then I got a binder someone bought for me, and wasn't trying to make strides into actually physically transitioning since everybody knew me around there, so I just stayed basically in the closet. When I went to college, though, came out to everybody. I was very open about the fact that I was going to start transitioning physically at some point. I looked for a doctor, and it took between my first year in college and my second year in college to find a doctor who would talk to me. And then it took between my second year in college and my third year in college to go through therapy. And finally, my third year in college, the second semester of my third year in college, I started testosterone. So it was probably 4.5 years into transition that I started testosterone. And on one hand, I wish I had started it sooner. I mean, at the time, I just wanted it. No, okay. I don't wish I started it sooner, but at the time, I really wanted it, and I don't think I would regret having started it sooner. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't, only because I think there's so much of the transition process that it's in your head, and it's having to figure yourself out. And like I said, when I was 16, I met my first trans person, but I wasn't really friends. I never had a trans friend in real life, and it wasn't until the end of last year that I discovered YouTube, the YouTube community. So, I mean, I was really far into it before I ever really knew that there were trans people out there to talk to. I was already like three or 3.5 years into it before I even knew about that at all. I don't, I mean, if I could go back, I wouldn't like to be lonely going through it, but at the same time, I think it's kind of important for me, for my transition, to have gone through most of this alone. And still, I mean, I've got the YouTube community, which is so helpful to me, but I'm still going through a lot of it alone. And it's really difficult for me, and a lot of the time I wish I wasn't going through it alone, but I think it's important for me because it helps me to figure out myself and to do this for myself purely, and not to do it for anyone else or to fit in to any community or any of that. It's really helping me to just realize what it is that I need to do and what's important for me to do. So, so even though it's been really hard to, not have started tea until 4.5, almost 5 months, it's probably, years, I mean, I think it's probably been closer to 5 years. Yeah. Because I'm 21 in April, and I was 15. Let me figure it out. So, it's been a long time. And I'm just 1 month on tea. It's hard. It's been a hard journey, and I'm just barely starting it, so... So thanks, guys, for being there for me. I appreciate it, and thank you, Nathan, for being there. Have a good journey.